How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to Whiskier. As you can see by the title, today we're gonna be blind tasting what I think is the best Stagg batches. Now, when I say Stagg, I'm referring to Stagg Junior, like it used to be called. However, now it is just Stagg. So we have some samples here. I think we have batch 16, 17, and a couple of the newer releases to include 22 Alpha, which is the one I own. I don't know in what order these are in. I just know the batches that we have, okay? So I'm gonna be a little transparent. That's all I know. I don't know in what order these are. We're gonna go ahead and taste these and get ranked. Real quick, right before we get in the video, I just wanna say, shout out to Joe, Patreon subscriber. He provided us an Old Fitzgerald 10-year bottled in bond 2023 and a Rock Hill Farms single barrel 100 proof for us to sample. Now, these videos we filmed already, they will be posted exclusively to Patreon. If you're a Patreon member, you will get to see me taste these, go in an in-depth review, and give my opinion on these two samples. So if you haven't joined the Patreon yet, please go ahead and do yourself a favor. I attached the link into the description. It's patreon.com/whiskier. We really appreciate everyone on there. Can't wait to do more stuff like this in the future. Let's get back to the video. Smells like Stagg right off the rip on the first one for sure. And now, right before we were filming this video, I was hidden in the corner, making sure I wasn't seeing where these were being poured, but I did say, I think if you can find this at MSRP, which is pretty unrealistic, this might be the best value in bourbon, arguably in the world, in my opinion. I think Stagg is just fantastic. These, I think one of the ones I have is like 130 plus proof. Like you're getting proof galore off of these. It's a Buffalo Trace product, and for MSRP, it's $57. I don't think that can be beat. So on the smell right away, it just smells like the Stagg I know. Man, that is just honey galore. I mean, yeah, that's so good. It's honey, it's sweet. I get no barrel notes to it. The finish is lasting, it's lingering. I can tell that it's proofy because that's what they are, but it doesn't sip what the proof states. I think the lowest proof might be like 120 something proof. Might sound silly saying that because I don't necessarily know exactly, but yeah, these don't sip like that high. They're just so good. I'm ranking it as number one, obviously, first class. So I'm gonna keep this one up here. We're not gonna get any rankings confused at all today. We're gonna hit this one on the money. Moving on to glass two. Glass two is a little more ethanol forward. Yeah, I don't get any of that ethanol, alcohol-y smell out of glass one. It's a little bit more in this one. Like, you know, where it hits you in the nose and it like almost makes you want to sneeze. That's what this kind of smells like. Still smells like Stagg, still really good. Proof, I could smell the proof. Let's see what the palate has to offer. Okay, on this one, a little bit more, actually, there was 0 in this, so nuttiness. I'm getting a little bit of nuttiness in this one. And it's not a lot, it's just a little bit. Finish is finishing almost the exact same, but on the initial palate, before you swallow it, I am getting a little bit of that barrel nuttiness to it. And it's not bad, it's a sweet. I don't like the bitter, but it's a sweeter one. So I will definitely rank this number 2 out of these. This one is, I would say, pretty significantly better actually, even though it's the same stuff, just different batches. Moving on to batch 3, this is pretty cool. This one smells cool. This smell is almost like a mix between the two. I'm getting some ethanol in this, but I'm getting a lot of sweetness in this one, the third glass. Wow, this is good. Definitely, I said it's a cross between two, but it's definitely more similar to glass one, so. You know, this is something I don't normally get on my own when I'm sipping Buffalo Trace products at home. But even in the last blind video that we did, for some reason I was getting a little bit of pine, a little bit of Christmas tree. And I'm getting the small, like I have to reach for it, the smallest little bit of that. Just a little bit. Definitely some cinnamon on this. white sugar, brown sugar, like a mix of both. It's just such a great collaboration of flavors when you're drinking these Staggs. Okay, they're just fantastic stuff. I'm definitely gonna, for now, I'm gonna put this in third place. But when we go back through, I'll be able to rank them a little bit more. And oh, I want to interrupt the video just for a second. We got whiskier shirts that came in, okay? Whiskier shirts, unfortunately, guys, they are all sold out. I wasn't even able to showcase them on YouTube yet. They sold out. I posted them over on Instagram and instantly people ordered them. So they're all gone. We're gonna be shipping those out this weekend. Let me know though, if this is something you're interested in. It's not a typical cotton shirt. It's a super soft, stretchy material. I'm super proud with how they came out for the first ever shirt. And thank you to everyone that's bought them. But if this is something that you're interested in and might be interested in buying one in the future, please, in the comments, along with what you were gonna say about the video, let me know, yes, I want one, or put a shirt emoji and your size, so I can kind of get a pre-order guesstimate of how many I need to order in the future. All right, now moving on to the fourth glass in our Stagg lineup. This almost smells identical to the third glass. I don't know if, yeah, this smells, I can't tell the difference in smell on this. So I do like it on the smell, do like it just as much as I like this one. Let's see how the taste though, because I guarantee the taste is gonna differ. Out of all these so far, this one actually fell a little flat. That could mean it's lower proof. That could mean it could be aged, you know, some of the barrels that were aged in this could be younger. But for me, this one so far falls the flattest. I'm gonna put this in a tie so far for this one. Because like I said, this one had the nuttiness that I'm not a huge fan of, but this one just fell pretty flat for a Stagg, which is interesting. So I'm gonna put them as a tie. We'll go back through in a second. Moving on to the last and final glass, number 5. I like this smell a lot. This is probably my second favorite smell. And hey, if you have some Stagg in your counter, go ahead and pour one up while you're watching this video. You might be catching some of the same notes, or I might be crazy. Who knows? Let me know. Last glass. This is good. This, it could be because I'm coming off from the flatter one, which in my head I'm thinking is lower proof, but this is hitting me. Definitely get that flavor note from it. It's not, out of all these Staggs that I've had, this one is the sweetest one. This would probably be second favorite, but let's go back through. I'm gonna even them all out again and just get one more quick tasting to actually get the rankings here. I want to try to guess, because the one I have in my cabinet is batch 22 Alpha, which came out in the spring of this year. So I would love to try to guess which one I have. And I'm gonna try to do that. And I'm almost down to the last bit of it. I'm almost positive this is 22 Alpha because I've drink so much of this. I reach for it all the time. This is number 1 for me right now. What's actually pretty amazing to me is I'm finding I'm having a hard time deciding between these 3, which is great for me. The reason I say that is because that means overall it's pretty consistent. So there's a lot of times when you're gonna have some inconsistency, especially when proofs are varying, which Stagg does do a lot. They vary, even though they're similar range, they're all high proof. A lot of bottles will vary in the taste difference. The good thing about this, they're all pretty consistent. The only thing is this one is falling the flattest for me, and this one just has a little bit of nuttiness. So that just could be more time in the barrel, who knows? All right, I got my order. I'm gonna go, bottle number 1 is my first place. Bottle number 2 is my last place. Just a little too much nuttiness that I'm not used to in a Stagg. So I would bet I haven't had this one before. Bottle number 3 for me would be bottle number 3. So that's number 3. Number 4 is actually bottle number 5. And then in, what place is this?
You said that is in
4th place. So this is last place. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna line them back up. We got 1st place, 2nd place, 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place. let's see what we got in bottle number 1. I did guess that this was batch 22 alpha. Let's see if I'm right. I doubt it.
Do you want to go in order from, we should go in order from last to first.
Let's go ahead. All right. So I got the order down packed. We're going to go ahead and go with last place. Last place was glass 2, the nuttiness. It just was a little too nutty for me. I'll stagger them a little bit so I remember. It's a sample bottle. Okay. Stagg Junior batch 17. And if I'm not mistaken, batch 17 was the last of the junior. That's the last time they put junior on the bottle. So batch 17, thank you, Joe, Patreon subscriber, for donating this sample for us to film with on the channel. So that is batch 17 in last place. And in second to last place, we had glass number 4. No way. It's 22 alpha, huh? Wow. Oh no, this is 23 alpha. Okay, okay. Huh. Okay, Stagg batch 23 alpha came in second to last. And let's see the proof on this. 130. I think we might have something a little lower proof in here. I'm not too positive, but 130.2 proof. I don't know why this was just falling flat compared to the rest of them. Didn't get a whole lot of finish off of it. Still fantastic, super sweet. None of these are horrible at all. But yeah, okay, second to last. And in third place, we had the last glass, which was number 5. Okay, another sample. Shout out to Joe. Here we go. Nope, this is my sample actually. Shout out to me. This is 22 alpha. And I'm not too mad that I didn't guess it, because I did say I'm having a hard time between these 3 deciding which one is which. They all taste so similar. So this is really cool. I'm almost done with my bottle at home. I've really enjoyed the hell out of this. 22 alpha. Now in second place was glass number 3. And this is Stagg 22 Bravo. Okay, Stagg 22 Bravo. This was given to us by Joe, Patreon subscriber, great friend of mine. Thank you, Joe. You've hit us you gave us some bangers today. So Stagg 23 Bravo comes in at 130 proof. Now, before we get into glass number 1, let's talk about the proof points really quick. So 128 is batch 17, 130, 22 Bravo, 130.2, 23 alpha, and 22 alpha. I didn't write the proof down, but I'm pretty sure it's a little over 130. So glass number 1. Let's talk about why this is the best Stagg batch that I have, or that we have available to us. This is gonna be Stagg Junior batch 16. What's really cool about this is also my bottle. I just brought this here today so we can do a blind of. This is the fresh crack on this, which is also incredible. A neck pour 1, like brand new. So Stagg Junior batch 16 is the second to last junior on the bottle. I don't know if y'all can see that, but junior on the bottle comes in at 130.9 proof. Me and Nate behind the camera here have never had this before, batch 16, but very impressed and super pumped that I have this on my shelf now. I'm super glad that I was able to crack it today, share it with you guys. This is something that I'm not gonna be too upset now that I finished 22 alpha, because I know I have an even better bottle according to my blind. So real quick, I wanna talk about the reason why I wanted to do this. I talked about earlier why I think that these are probably the best bang for your buck if you can find them for MSRP. And I know it's tough to come across, I understand that. But you know, a lot of whiskey connoisseurs, and maybe some of you that view the channel, might have a Stagg or know a buddy that might have a Stagg. So that's why I wanted to do this video, just to see, hey, out of the batches that me and Nate have available to us, we have some samples poured up. What is the best blind to me? And this is my opinion, my palate. However, me, Joe, and Nate seem to share a pretty similar palate. So that might mean maybe some of us share similar palates. So if you can, please drop a like, a comment on this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of Patreon, that would be absolutely fantastic. Patreon.com/whiskier. We're going to be doing a lot of blind tastings on there, special reviews. So thank y'all so much for being a part of Whiskier, and we'll see you next time.